Everybody. Okay, this is my What's New in the Quantum Universe today, and I want to share a couple of things. So some of them are quite practical, and others of them are like, whoa, really way out there. So on a practical front, we had the election here in the UK last Friday, and well, some people thought that was great, and other people dropped into a hole about the future. One of the things that we've discovered since operating as the quantum universe is that instead of it being an either or you take this side or that side, or you believe this or that, or you're against this or you're for that, we're starting to be able to have conversations where we meet with what we all do want. So we can come into a conversation that's not polarized or divisive, but is simply based on what we all do want and how we're going to find our way to that. So that's one of the big shifts in consciousness I've seen in this past week, which is extraordinary. Now, a second practical thing in regards to that I've noticed, and I wrote a post about that just yesterday. Instead of waiting for our governments to solve the problems, people are starting to take action. And because we have the global internet, and because we have crowdfunding that's so easily available now, anybody can come up with an idea and then make it so. So I was writing in this post about this lovely guy in Glastonbury who runs the Help the Homeless Coach Cafe, where anyone who's homeless can drop by and get a hot meal, and then people donate coats and wear mittens and sleeping bags for them, and he hands them out. And even yesterday, Tesco is now donating all their unused food to him, and he makes sure it gets distributed to all the homeless people in the area, which is really lovely. And he now has like a group of about 1,500 people on Facebook who donate stuff, drop it off to the coach, and then crowdfund for him as well, to be able to have a storage unit so he can store all this stuff, and how cooking utensils so he can cook meals for these people. It's really lovely to see that kind of kindness. So that's just one example of many examples that I put in the post on my timeline of these kind of like clean up beaches and solve the plastic problem for the environment, and et cetera, et cetera. There's just a whole bunch of them. If you have a look, you'll see some of the examples I put in there. And it's a trend to move from waiting for governments to solve our problems to all of us coming together as communities, as nations, to do things that help solve these things and make the world a better place. So those are some of the practical things in the quantum universe today, a shift of consciousness that's happening. Now, if I then go into the more sublime side of it, the more, out there side of it, so there are a couple of things. Superpowers and miracles, oh my. My buddy Ushma came up with that this morning as a title for a new group we're forming, because we are now beginning to play in the new miraculous. And the new miraculous isn't like, oh my God, that's a miracle, nobody knows how that happened. No, it's like, oh, we understand this. We might each do it differently, but we can understand it, we can articulate it, we can pass it on, we can duplicate it. And there is a guy in Princeton, New Jersey, who's just been funded to create a whole place called Sacred Surgery, where he has videos of people where their whole face changes. Like they got saggy skin, and in 52 minutes, they've got like radiant skin again. Or a broken knee, 3 days later, does the video, and bang, the knee is perfectly fixed. Sacred surgery, it means I think he doesn't touch them at all. It's all done through the field, through the energy side of things. So that's really exciting. We're beginning to explore the new miraculous in our own network. Did an interview with Charan Sardar, who's an epigeneticist this week, about to do another one with Tanya Sheik today, so watch for that. And probably more on that front coming soon. So there's superpowers and the new miraculous, oh my. They're becoming normal, they're becoming part of who we are. We can talk about them, we can declare them, we can use them, we can say this is who we are super beings walking the planet. And that is every single being, including animals and whales and birds and grass and trees, tree gods. We're starting to discover super species of trees that can save the environment. I mean, that's just extraordinary. So that's one piece. But the second one that I was just talking to a friend about. We were talking about how the more we elevate and evolve ourselves as superconscious beings here on planet Earth, and the more we are the universe, we are source, we are God, we are creator, we are whatever, however we find our way into that. And that's every being. That's not any just separate from a few beings. Every being can be that. That what's happening is as we evolve, it evolves. I'll call it the universe, the quantum universe for a minute. The super consciousness, the quantum universe, evolves and elevates. And then we evolve and elevate. And then it evolves and it's this reciprocal process of evolving and elevating more and more and more until, and these words just came out of my mouth today, we experience a singularity of Godness, in which every blade of grass, every tree, every drop of water, every mountain, every being, every animal, insect, bird, fish, whales, dolphins, human beings, every single one experiences a singularity of Godness. And a singularity is defined in physics and mathematics as the moment where a value becomes infinite. And I guess you could say that's when we become infinite, limitless, super evolved, creative beings. And I think we're about to experience a singularity of Godness. So there you go. That's it for today. What's on? What's new in the quantum universe today? That's my update. Okay, lots of love, everybody. Hope you're having a fabulous lead up to the holidays. Bye.